Brian with Square Foot Gardening for the Red River Valley. It's time to plant. Hey, it's time to plant. We've had a late spring here in the Red River Valley of the North, and things are a little bit behind our schedule, but we're going to get caught up. Things are going to be just fine, just fine. So today I want to talk to you about planting radishes. I want to go ahead and we're going to plant some radishes. Radishes are a really easy crop to grow. If you've got children, it's fun to plant them because the seeds are round. They're just perfect size for those little fingers, and it's a neat way to see something quickly grow, and you can actually get a harvest of radishes in just a matter of a few weeks. A shout out to Renee's garden. I love these seeds. They're some unique varieties. This is the 5-color radish mix, or what she calls the garden party. And so you can get more information on Renee's gardens, and you can find the information at reneesgarden.com. So reneesgarden.com. And so when we talk about planting radishes, we know that they're a small crop. And so we're going to plant our radishes in 16 plants per square foot. And so if we divide our box into 16 equal squares, you can use your fingers to mark them out. I'm just going to use a little grid that I have developed for these gardens that kind of help to show you where these go. So that's one of the first tools that we need, is so that we can mark out our spacing. Then we need our handy dandy Square Foot Gardening planting pencil. And so we're going to go ahead and do that. What I like to use when I'm planting small seeds is just a piece of paper. So when I take a piece of paper, I like to fold it in half, open it up, and then fold up the bottom third or quarter of the paper. This kind of makes a neat little reservoir to put my seeds in. So I'm going to go ahead and we'll open up our Renee's Gardens 5-color radish mix, or garden party. This is going to be fun. And so we'll just go ahead and we're going to open up that package. And the nice thing about Square Foot Gardening is that we are very careful about not wasting seeds, and so that we can keep our seeds from year to year. And hopefully if we keep them in a nice cool place, we can reuse them from year to year. You know, the only thing that we really have to check is what is our germination for that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to plant or poke a small hole in each of the centers of my squares. Remember, we don't want to plant any deeper than twice the smallest diameter of your seed. And I think a lot of people find that they plant their seeds too deep. Sometimes you'll get a piece of not quite ready compost there. Throw that to the side, it'll go back into the compost pile. People ask me if I compost myself, and I do. My compost is a little bit different than some of the other folks' compost. In fact, I use my grass clippings. I don't spray my lawn. My neighbors sometimes probably wish I would. But I use my grass clippings, I use my leaf clippings, my kitchen scraps, and I also use sawdust. When I'm building my gardens, I create a lot of sawdust, and so I also incorporate that into my compost. So now that we've got our holes opened up and marked, now what we can do is we can just take our handy dandy Square Foot Garden seed planter, and you can see we can distribute a couple of seeds just in the fold. And then if we take our pencil, we can pull one seed at a time. One seed at a time, place it over the hole, and there we go. Make sure that it's in the hole. Go to the next one. Go to the next one. And if we just tap on it, it'll give us a couple more seed to work with. And I can see that this is a variety of different types of radishes because not all the seeds are uniform in shape. I just had 2 radishes go into that hole, 2 seeds. I'm not going to pull that out. I'm going to go ahead and see, maybe only one of them will germinate. And if not, if both of them germinate, well, then I'll just have to pull one out and transplant that someplace else. So we make sure that our radish seeds are in the holes that we have dug. I need one more seed. There we go. So we've got our seeds planted. Now I can go ahead and deposit my leftover seeds back into my package. I can fold my package over, and with a small piece of tape, I can store my seeds for next year. And so the next thing that we need to do is that we need to cover our seeds up. Now, one of the big things that people sometimes do is that they just kind of bury them way too much. We only need to cover them. We don't need to completely bury them. So if you just take your pencil, your handy dandy square foot gardening planting pencil, and make sure that we just get a little bit of soil over the hole. It doesn't have to be a lot. It just has to cover the seed that we planted in the hole. So there, now we have our seeds buried. And the next thing that we're going to want to do is we're going to want to water our seed. And so I'm going to go ahead and use my official Square Foot Gardening for the Red River Valley specialized watering device. And I'm going to go ahead and water each of the squares and be very gentle with that. I don't want to get a lot of water in there right away. I don't want to displace the seed at all. And so just I want to get enough moisture in there. There should be moisture in our Mel's mix to start with. And we're going to go ahead and just get a little bit more moisture in there to feed that seed pod so that it can have the moisture that it needs to kick off and actually start growing the way the good Lord intended radishes to grow. And so there we have it. We can go ahead and we can set our radishes out now. We can place them out in a nice sunny spot in the garden. And generally, according to what I'm getting from Renee's Gardens, is that, you know, within about 4 to 10 days, we should possibly start to see these germinate, depending on our soil temperature. You know, that's one of the most important things that you can remember, is that seeds are not going to germinate in the soil until the soil is warm enough to support that germination. So keep that in mind. So there we have it. Radishes. Wow. We turn the heat up on that little treat that we get out of the garden. One of the first vegetables that comes that is ready to be harvested in our gardens each year is radishes. And so I'm looking forward to that. A piece of fresh sliced bread, and I got a radish sandwich tonight. So remember, hey, this is Brian with Square Foot Gardening for the Red River Valley. I just want to thank you for taking time to view my program. It was brought to you by Square Foot Gardening for the Red River Valley. Don't forget to subscribe. Make sure you ring that bell so that you get notified of new material as it's being made available to you. And again, make sure that you like and leave comments, as I'd love to hear from you.
This program is brought to you by Square Foot Gardening for the Red River Valley, located here in Moorhead, Minnesota. Square Foot Gardening of the Red River Valley is proud to be a partner with the Square Foot Gardening Foundation. Make sure you check out my website at www.sfgrrv.com. There you'll find more information on Square Foot Gardening, also products that are available to you that are authorized by the Square Foot Gardening Foundation. And make sure that you understand that proceeds from each sale benefits our wounded veterans through the Semper Fi Fund. Hoorah! Make sure you keep those in mind as you make your purchases. And don't forget, keep those fingers dirty. This is Brian with Square Foot Gardening for the Red River Valley. Have a great and wonderful gardening day.